This is BAIT, Life Outside the Federal Witness Protection Program.
Hacking nurse finders. Hey, it's Susan. Welcome to tonight's episode of Keep the Bad Guys Away / Human Trafficking. Now get this. They've hacked nurse finders in Oakland, California. How do I know that? Like I said, keep in mind, I've been dealing with this for 10 years, so I know how these perpetrators work. Their goal is to have me run out of money and live on the streets. And then also what they've been doing in the last couple of years is that I can only get a nursing job in the cities and states in which the traffickers can carry out their trafficking operations. So now what I did about a week or so ago is that I sent my CV, which is like pages long because I've worked in over like 40-something hospitals. Keep in mind, I've been an ICU ER nurse for about 18 years, and I have a bachelor's degree in nursing too, associates and bachelors. I have a lot of experience. Worked in major university hospitals, level 1 trauma centers, teaching hospitals. I mean, you name the spectrum of hospitals, critical access hospitals, all the way up to like places like Duke University. I mean, I've worked at it and everything in between. Okay, so I sent my CV over to every nurse finder's office within the state of California. And now one would think, because keep in mind, agencies always want to make money. One would think that every nurse finder's office would be calling me. Nope, the only one that called me or contacted me was the Oakland, California office, which is like, a few hundred miles away. It's on the opposite side of the state of where I am in California, and it's also not near U.S. Border Patrol. Okay, it is in the district of a United States Deputy Marshal that I do know. I have his cell phone number, thank God. Thank God for Deputy Joe Harkin. I mean, it is in his district, but it's like, it's not like being around ICE where they're patrolling, like how U.S. Border patrols all the time. Okay, so I get this, contact from Oakland nurse finder's office, and they said, okay, just fill out the application. We talked about doing agency and stuff, because I figured, I could go up there, pick up a few shifts and so forth here and there, and then just come back or whatever. So I fill out their application, but see, I worked for nurse finders in Arizona. I worked for their Tucson office and in their Phoenix office. So I had an account with nurse finders, and then plus I recently, within the last year, applied for nurse finders again in El Paso, Texas. I was going to take, there was potential openings in a VA hospital in El Paso. So I already have a nurse finders account. So I just went in and I updated my account, updated my current information, the hospitals that I worked at and so forth. Now tonight what happened is that I received an email back from this girl up in Oakland with nurse finders in Oakland saying that she can't find my nurse finders application, and that before we can proceed I would have to do it. Now I already did it. I did it over the weekend. So this is another thing that they're doing is that they're hacking my account somehow. They're either hacking the account so my data is missing, because cybercrimes, keep in mind, cybercrimes, if you don't know anything about them, cybercrimes are very common these days, computer crimes. Or they're hacking the person to represent to me that I need to do something over again. So what would me redoing an application do? That would take that. First of all, that would be frustrating. You'd be pissed, and it would take my time away from doing other things. What would those other things be? Like potentially looking for jobs with other nursing agencies. Building my home-based business, the ICU's Fashion Galaxy Mall, so I can get away from this shit. That would be another thing. Working on my missing child's case. Okay, and then maybe just like being me, maybe like grieving the fact that my whole family's missing. See, this is the one thing that the traffickers like to do. They like to keep you busy. They like to keep you occupied, focused on them. No, I've already done this nurse finder's application. I'm not doing it again. I updated it over the weekend. So I pretty much just sent her an email up in Oakland and told her to shove it. She can either find it through my other email account or she can kiss my ass. I'm not doing it again because, see, here's what'll happen. I'll do it again. See, because I know how they work. I know how this pattern works. I'll do it again, and then something else will happen. This is the keyword. Here's a big keyword, healthcare professionals. They find some way to affect my nursing employment. This is the keyword in my human trafficking pattern. They find some way to affect my nursing employment. Either I can't get a job, don't have a job, have to redo an application, I can't get a hold of references, or I get a job in the place that they want me to have a job, only to hack the hospital later. They send sex predators to the hospital. I get sexually violated in the hospital, outside of the hospital. It's hell. I mean, I got 1 million reasons why I want to get out of nursing is so I could get away from this shit. But the news tonight is that they've hacked nurse finders, and, you know, it's being reported to Homeland Security investigations. Like, I'm done. I report all this to Homeland Security investigations. So anyway, it's tonight's episode to keep the bad guys away. Don't go work for nurse finders in Oakland, California. I think they're full of shit. See you next time.